Hi, I'm Ralen Byrd. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, and this is my second year living in Singapore and attending SAS. In my free time, I like to read, dance, write poetry, and spend time with my family and my siblings. My personal favorite book is Whiskey, Words, and a Shovel by R.H. Sin. It's a poetry book, and it just kind of talks about self-love and overcoming challenges. I am also the founder and president of the Black Student Union. The Black Student Union is a club for the Black students at SAS where we just kind of chill and discuss recent events and just kind of we're just there for one another. If there's any situation that we're going through, we just kind of talk about it and give each other advice. It's kind of like our own family. I think my main goal was just making sure that every Black student at SAS felt included, because I felt like there wasn't really a community of us. We were all so like divided in a way into our own like friend groups, and I kind of wanted us to come together and just be there for one another, especially when there were like times when there was situations dealing with racism happening around the school. I just kind of wanted everyone to be able to have a shoulder to lean on. When creating the Black Student Union, we received a lot of backlash from a lot of the non-POC students at SAS. A lot of them were wondering why there wasn't like a white student union or why we needed to have our own space in the school, but truth is we didn't really feel included in any way, shape, or form at SAS. I didn't really experience racism directly inside of school, but it happened more outside of school, whether that was like on the MRT, hanging out with friends, or just walking down the street. I got a lot of like comments, the stares, the constant like name calling. I think the hardest thing was experiencing most of these situations with my younger siblings. Walking down the street, we get called the N word with an ER at the end, and it's really hard because they're so young, and I feel like no child should have to go through that, and they don't understand why they're being called the N word or why people are saying rude things about their skin. And I just kind of want to create awareness for every situation of racism, colorism, and discrimination, because it isn't talked about in Singapore. And I just feel like if we can continue to have these conversations openly at school, then there can be change within the school community and outside of SAS, because what children are taught in school translate into what they're going to bring into the outside world. We have situations of racism. A lot of students and teachers get away with it, and I feel like they need proper training and proper education, and they need to learn from what they've done and what they've said. Telling someone, oh, you get 2 hours of detention for saying something openly racist is not okay. Tell them why what they said is wrong and teach them not to do it again. Don't send them back into the school for them to do the same thing over and over again. And I think as far as teachers get away with a lot of things they say, whether that's racist, sexist, or anything that can be discriminatory to anyone. They need to be handled properly. You can't tell them, oh, you don't say that, because what if they don't know why they can't say that? They need to be taught. I think this year the BSU has created a lot of change, and we've seen a lot of change in the way teachers and staff members behave. We've participated in 2 panels talking about racism and our experiences, and kind of just educated educators on what not to do and what to say and how to handle situations of racism and how to have the conversation in the classroom and outside of the classroom. I can say within the year we have made a lot of change, and I'm so, so proud of everyone in BSU for stepping up and sharing their stories and just trying to create a better SAS. The biggest problem is that people aren't taking the time to educate themselves. I know when we have conversations in the classroom that it can be awkward, but we need to have these conversations, and they can be hard, but they need to happen if we want change and if we want to see change. To any students that are going through situations of anything dealing with racism or discrimination, colorism, just know that there is a community at SAS that 100% supports you, whether that's talking to people at the Black Student Union or anyone in the office about situations of racism, discrimination, of any sorts. Just know that they're there for you. We hear you. Most definitely, we do hear you.